Hello, all you beautiful people out there. What is going on? This is Rampage coming in fast with some more Paragon gameplay. And today we're going to be talking about Rampage. We're actually going to be talking about Paragon heroes, the thing that I like to do, the things that I do best instead of my usual ranty, rambly videos. I like doing those from time to time. Please excuse the rock. I've reused this video like 17 times. I know. I'm sorry. That rock never stops being cringy, dude. But I had to make a couple of shitposty videos. I know. I had to get that out of my system. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't in the groove. But now I'm in the groove. And we're going to be doing a little thing while we wait for Core and Predecessors to come out. We're going to be, quote-unquote, fixing heroes' kits. Making the kits better, in my opinion, okay? Just some theory crafting, explaining my logic behind some of the heroes' kits and what I think needs to be changed for the better. And then you guys in the comment section below can let me know your thoughts. Let me know what heroes you want me to talk about next. We're going to do this as a somewhat consistent thing, hopefully, until Core and Predecessor comes out. Interrupted by Core and Predecessor news. So let's get right into it. If that sounds good to you, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Old Britik's back. We talking about that analytics Britik, that builds, tips, and tricks. Beast builds. Britik is back, boy. Let's get it. So, first and foremost, we're going to talk about Rampage because I came up with this idea while I was streaming and I was talking to my stream audience. So, the thing about Rampage was pretty dominant all throughout Paragon's lifetime. If you remember back in the Legacy Rampage, the one you're seeing right here, he was super overpowered because his ultimate just gave him straight up health when you popped it. So, instead of health regeneration, it would just give him like 1,000 health. So, if your Rampage had 1,500 health and you popped the ult, now he had 2,500 health for the duration of the ult. Plus, like if he was damaged, if he was like at 1,000 out of 1,500 on that health, he would gain 1,000. So it wouldn't just add 1,000 to the cap. He would literally gain 1,000 in health. So he would bounce up to 2,000 out of 2,500 instantly, like that, like a snap. All right. So I like the regenerative Rampage better, like the one that was in Monolith, where he just got hella health regeneration. That was good. The thing that happened with Rampage, if you guys remember, is he used to have a leap. Okay, pounce. That's the ability, pounce, right? He used to have pounce, and then that got changed with his ground pound ability, which I forget the name of that, the official name of it. But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? So, it was a pounce. It was pounce first, which gave him verticality. It let him jump over objects. It let him jump out of the jungle to engage. It let him jump away to escape. But then later on that got changed into his ground pound that slowed everything in front of him in a cone. So the problem with the pounce was that when Rampage was in ultimate form, he could jump literally 8 miles with the pounce. Okay, his jump range increased tremendously when he was in his enraged form. And this created a couple of issues. One, he could just waltz up into the middle of a team fight, pop his ultimate, get a bunch of health at that point in time. It was health. Let's say it's regeneration right now because in the early days of Monolith, he still had the pounce, right? So he pops this regenerative aura with his enrage. So he just gets a shit ton of regeneration. He's tanking everything. He's frontlining. Uh-oh, he's about to die. Well, who cares? He can just jump out of there, and literally no one can reach him. Literally no one can reach him unless you time a Murdoch snipe at the end of his jump, or if you had a Yin whiplash him. But that had to be perfect timing, right? So that was pretty OP. The fact that he could just engage and just have a free get out of jail card, that was pretty broken. So, but when they switched over to the ground pound, Rampage lost his verticality. And we know that Paragon was all about that verticality, baby. We love that verticality in all our heroes. We love seeing it in action. It added so much more to the gameplay. And having that ground pound, while it was a useful form of CC, it also got rid of Rampage's verticality. It got rid of his escape. It got rid of his initiate. His initiate was essentially just picking up his boulder, waddling all over to you, and then throwing it in your face. That was essentially his initiate at that point. Or waltzing in with his ultimate form in rage. Speaking of boulders, let's just all agree that 2 seconds is way too long of a stun in general. I think in general, whether it's Core or Predecessor, they should tone the stuns down to 1.5 seconds instead of 2 seconds. We all remember when Rampage's boulder was a 2-second stun at level 1. That shit was insane and should never come back. If you want to argue that it can be a 2-second stun at level 4, then that maybe, sure, but I still think that 1.5 seconds is quite enough in a MOBA, especially one as action-packed, as fast-paced as Paragon is. I think that should be plenty. So there's the boulder situation there. But how do we fix everything? Okay, so I explained the problems that I have with Rampage. What is my fix? Well, it's very, very simple, my dear Watson. So essentially, when Rampage is in his regular form, let him keep his pounce. Let him jump around. Let him escape. Let him initiate. Okay, just have pounce. Bring back pounce. Okay, hashtag bring back pounce. But when he activates his ultimate, okay, when he enrages, replace the pounce ability with the ground pound ability. So now he can't jump over every single building like Superman. He can just slam his fist on the ground. And it makes sense because when he's big and he slams his fist on the ground, they cause like little mini earthquakes, so it slows everybody down around him. When he's just a little old fish monster dude walling around skipping leg day, he probably doesn't have that much strength to cause a slow. That's just my opinion. I mean, he is a really, really strong dude, don't get me wrong, but it just makes more sense for that ground pound to be a thing when he's in his super duper big incredible Hulk form instead of super tiny fish man form, right? Half Aquaman, half someone who skips leg day. I don't know. A ballerina. Half Aquaman, half ballerina. Well, ballerinas actually have crazy toes, but they look like skeletons half the time. Anyway, we're getting off topic. There's the fix for Rampage, however. Enjoy this 1v1 between the two Rampages. So, to recap, when he's in his regular form, give him the pounce ability. When he's enraged, switch that pounce ability out for his ground pound, and pretty much that's it. And of course, if Orb Prime Dunking does return, he won't be able to jump over everybody's heads with the orb in hand to get an easy dunk. That would fix that issue as well. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. Hopefully you enjoyed this little video. Let me know what other heroes I should talk about in the comments below, or any other things you want to add on about Rampage's kit that you liked or disliked or you think needs to be fixed. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to have a wonderful day. Peace.